turn my darkness into light. Yeah, you turn my darkness into light. Turn my darkness into light. Yeah, turn my darkness into light. Yeah, turn my darkness. You turn my darkness into light. 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 I don't gotta be afraid anymore. For the day I lay it all out on the floor, and I felt you coming in. Yeah, I felt you coming in. Finally a break from sweating and tears from trying so hard just to get nowhere. When I let you enter in. When I let you enter in. 1, 2, 3, 4. You turn my darkness into light. You turn my darkness into light. You turn my darkness into light. Darkness into light. Darkness into light. You turn my darkness into light. You turn my darkness into light. You turn my darkness into light. Darkness in the light, darkness in the light. Turn my darkness in the light. Now I'm thinking that was just insanity. The depravity kicked me to the curb each week. Now I'm weak before the Lord, and He gives me wings. I got humble in the light of the King of Kings. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Turn my darkness into light. Turn my darkness into light. Turn my darkness into light.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Iris, for connecting with us and being online with us. Thank you so much, everybody that's online watching right now. Gracias por conectarse con nosotros. Estamos súper emocionados de tener Iris con nosotros, uno de nuestros jóvenes, one of our students from the church that has grown up in the church and has been faithfully serving in the church. Siempre ha sido fiel sirviendo en la iglesia. And so vamos a escuchar de ella el día de hoy y vamos a ver lo que el Señor está haciendo en su vida en esta transición en la cual ella está entrando a la universidad. We just want to hear about what God's doing in this transition as she's stepping in to the university. So, Iris, explain to us, tell us a little bit about what's been going on lately and some of the scholarships that you've received through everything that you've done.
Hi, I'm Iris Velasquez, and I'm a graduating senior from Broken Arrow, and I'll be attending OSU in the fall. And some of the scholarships that I received, so I received different types of scholarships. I received local scholarships from college, and then the national scholarships. So one of the local scholarships that I applied for was the Chelsea Fernanda. I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's one of them.
That's one of them? Okay.
Yeah. And then one of the college scholarships that I received is called the Academic Opportunity Award. And then I received a couple of grants besides other scholarships.
Right. On the academic one, what were the requirements for that? How did you meet the criteria?
You just had to have a 3.0 GPA and your test scores.
Okay.
And
on the first scholarship, was that your SAT or ACT?
They take both.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And which one did you do, or which one did you do the best at?
I did the best at the ACT.
ACT? Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. So based on your score there, you received a scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What was your score there?
29.
That's pretty high.
Yeah.
That's really good. What was the criteria for the first scholarship?
The first one, you just had to have a 3.0 GPA, and you had to submit your transcript There was
Okay.
no essay required, but if you wanted to, you could write one.
Okay. So just your classes, what you're taking, your grades, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. And how did you feel when you received those scholarships and you were able to achieve those things?
Well, first of all, it was maybe just no financial burden, because
Yeah.
that's something a bunch of people have when they start college. And it's something that causes many people not to attend college, the financial part of college, because it is a little bit pricey. But it demonstrated to me God's love and mercy, because it's not it's not easy.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's not. But that's so awesome. That's so awesome. We're so proud of you and excited. What is the career that you're going to step into? What are you looking at to study? What do you want to pursue?
So in college, I'm going to study. I'm going to get a science degree, which is microbiology,
Okay.
and I'm planning on doing a double major in Spanish.
Yes.
So I can later attend medical school and go into pediatric surgery.
Muy bien.
Yeah.
That's good. No, that's awesome. So, quieres trabajar con niños como doctora, right?
Sí.
Right. That's good. Yeah, that's so important. And I'm sure you've had some experience with your little sisters.
Yeah.
Déjame ponerte la curita. My little niece all the time siempre se está poniendo curitas para todo. But that's awesome. That's a good career. It's not an easy career, and it is a very long pathway to get there. 8 years at least or more.
8 years to school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say that again. I couldn't hear you.
I said just 8 years of just school plus
Yeah.
everything you have to do after.
Yeah. And then the I forgot what it's called. It's not intern, or is it?
Residency.
Yeah, your residency where you have to shadow somebody. It's a lot of work, but at the end, it's worth it. How have you seen God work through this whole process, through your high school years? What has He done essentially in this time, as every year you've been finishing your 9th, your 10th, 11th, 12th, maybe just this last year, what's God been really doing in your heart?
So when I first saw this question, I started trying to think of all like the big things.
Right.
And for me, one of the great blessings that God gave me was allowing me to come to this country and later obtain my residency.
Yes.
Which is something that's instant, and it requires a lot of patience and prayer. Because last year, before I started applying to college, I still haven't received it. And then one night before I started applying, I told my mom. And then I got really down for a second. And then my mom was like, well, we just have to pray. And then the next day, God surprised me, and the lawyer called, and she was like, oh, your residency just came in the mail. You should come pick it up later.
Wow, that's so awesome. God is so faithful, and that's so incredible. Just to see how you were down that very night, and that night you guys prayed. Next day, it was right there. It was on its way. God had already provided, and sometimes our expectation or our emotions, or just we feel like giving up or don't know what to do, and God's got it all worked out. That's so awesome. That's so awesome. No, well, I know that as you make this transition, as you step in to OSU, so you're gonna move to
Stillwater.
Norman, Stillwater.
Mm-hmm.
Stillwater. You're gonna live on campus.
Yep.
Or off campus in an apartment? How's that going to work?
No, I'm gonna be staying on campus in one of the dorms there.
Okay.
Hmm.
What do you think was some of your biggest struggles in this last year? Your biggest distractions? You know, you're trying to make the good grades, you're trying to be consistent, you're trying to get all your work done, you're trying to do all these other things. I'm sure you had work or serving at the church. What were some of the biggest struggles or distractions for you?
So I've always tried to stay busy, so there was not really distraction per se. It was more struggles. So when I was a couple years ago, I always used to try to do things like by myself, like with my own
Okay.
strengths, and I
Yeah.
really struggled with that. But then I started trying to pray more, reading different books, doing different things, and just to remind myself that I have to find my strength in God, that
Yeah.
I can do all things with God, because I used to try to do things with my own strength. So I think that's when it was one of my biggest struggles that I had to
Oh,
overcome.
that's good. Yeah, not trying to do everything by yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
asking for
no.
help is good.
Yes, yes, we have to ask for help. We have to ask for help. What do you think were, and you kind of mentioned it right now, but what were some okay, you leaned on God and that helped you in those moments. What was something that maybe helped push you, help motivate you, help kind of keep you there on the right path?
I think it has to be my family, because I had the great privilege of growing up in a Christian household. And like my mom has always been like one of those like, oh, you're gonna do this kind of moms, because
Yeah.
there was sometimes I did not want to do some things. Like I
Yeah.
did not want to start playing piano. My mom was the one that pushed me to actually try it and
Right.
not quit and keep doing it. So I think my mom and my grandma were some of the people that always pushed me to keep doing what I was doing and not quitting.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really
Mhm.
good. Family is important. I know my mom has pushed me to do several things, and I'm in the moment, maybe I wasn't, super happy about it.
Yeah.
Now I'm so glad that she did. And there's other things where she pushed me and I didn't let her, and I got my own way. And then I look back, I was like, man, I should have done what she told me to do, and I didn't. Um, what do you, go ahead. You were going to say something? Oh,
No.
okay. I thought I heard. What do you think is, other than maybe, you had your family there to help you, you leaned on God, and you not trying to do everything by yourself. Um, do you ever have, uh, how were you able to manage your time? How was your time management? Um, and were you working at all during this time? And how much were you serving at the church?
Time management was hard just because I'm a procrastinator. And so that's something that I'm still trying to get over.
Yeah.
Especially this senior year, I did procrastinate a little. So I think it was just trying to manage your time by like scheduling, like
Right.
making time for everything. Like instead of being on my phone for a couple of hours, to do something more productive. I wasn't working at the time. During the summer and holidays, I would go and help my mom clean houses.
Yeah.
I did do marching band
Okay.
as I was serving in the church. So it does sometimes get a little hard, but it isn't impossible.
Right.
I'm When I was younger, the first ministry that I served in was the Shekinas, and I did
Yeah.
that for like about 6 years.
Hmm.
So, and then later on, I served in the Pequeños Campeones, and I help Pastor Shelley with the praise and worship team with the Latin kids, and I teach basic piano.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's awesome. It's just some people, it's just good to see that, like, you're able to get these good grades, you're able to work hard, but you're also still able to serve in the church and serve your community, and to make a
Mm-hmm.
difference. And so all those things are awesome and great. Um, one last thing I want to ask you. What is God saying to you right now? What is he doing in your heart?
Just have a closer relationship. That's what I've been feeling, especially now that I have a lot of time on my hands. I feel like that's something I have to be doing, especially before I go off to college and I move away from homes. I know I'm going to be faced with situations that might try to compromise my values, and that instead of doing that, I should try to be the difference and be the light where I'm at.
That's awesome. That's so good. Well, thank you so much, Iris. I know God's going to use you in incredible ways. You're going to be an awesome doctor. He's preparing you and he's guiding you. Continue to do what you're doing and continue to follow God with all your heart, Iris. So thank you for sharing with us and letting everybody know what God's doing and what the next step is for you.
Thank you.
All right.